How's it, guys? Welcome to the Wild Protea live for the Cheetahs versus the Bulls. It should be an epic clash in Bloemfontein. The Cheetahs looking to win again because they crushed I think it was the Pumas last week. They put 50 points on the Pumas. And then the Bulls obviously looking strong this season. They have their captain back. Dwayne Vermeulen. That should be very interesting. Just watching Clayton Blommetjies run out for his, I think, 100th cap for the Free State Cheetahs. That's something special. Don't always see that. Clayton Blommetjies, what a servant of the game he's been for the Cheetahs. So it's a bit different this week. It is live, but it is a bit. I sort of thought I would wing it this week. There's been quite a lot of news. I've posted on the Wild Protea. Obviously, you guys can check it out. Guys, get commenting on the Wild Protea. Like the whole point of trying to create the fan channel is trying to be interactive, trying to speak to you guys and listen to you and see what you want from me and that sort of thing. So as we get started underway here, Ron Pina there looking good as well. Sort of the forgotten man in South African rugby at the moment. There was a few guys that thought he might step in for Andre Pollard for the Lions tour. I just don't think that will be possible. I think we've got too many good guys at 10 at the moment. So thanks for joining me, guys, for rugby and chat. Guys, if you haven't joined, you guys can catch this. I'll put it up on the YouTube channel as well. It will be up on the Wild Protea as well. So if you miss this, I'm only going to be live for the first half. So if you miss this, then obviously you can watch it again later on, tomorrow, whenever. I'm going to be sharing it probably 150 times in the week, so you'll get a chance to watch it. Hopefully there'll be a few funny parts involved as well. Just before they start, how good have our guys been in the IPL this season so far? It's been a good thing. Lungi Ngidi took a bit of tap in that one game, and I see guys having sort of a go at him on Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, dude, one game. And besides one game, he was our best white ball bowler last season. It's a bit of a strange one to be having going in. But, guys like Anrik Nokia, bowling the absolute speed of light. Bowling the fastest ball in IPL history that actually got lapped for 4 by Josh Butler. The disrespect in this IPL is amazing at times. Pace doesn't really matter these days. It's all about the accuracy and the subtle changes of pace which get the guys this season. But I mean, just going back to the guys that have been doing well, Faf's doing well, Quinton's off the back of a 50, AB's been doing really well as well. I'm sort of a secret RCB fan because Dale Steyn used to play, but they have Dale Steyn, they have ABs, two of my favorite SA players of all time. And just a short one. Happy birthday, King Callis, Jacques Callis, arguably the greatest all-rounder to ever play the game, arguably the greatest cricketer. In my mind anyway, he's the greatest cricketer to ever grace the field. And the guy's got batting stats like Sachin Tendulkar, and bowling stats like Zaire Khan. You can't go wrong. I mean, that is just unbelievable. And then you top all that off with 200 odd catches in each format. That is just outstanding. And I don't think we'll ever see better. Oh, knock on there from Clayton Blommetjies. Not the greatest start for him in his 100th cap. So what's your guys' call for this one? My one, on Super Brew, I did predict the Bulls by 6. But, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset, if you can call it an upset. The Cheetahs are a strong union. They won the Currie Cup last season, so good early steal there from the Cheetahs, but not able to capitalize. So what's been happening in the week? There's been some interesting developments around Cricket South Africa, or non-developments, if you will. There's a possibility that we might be banned by the ICC if we go into administration, if the government sort of takes over CSA and does what they need to do to get it back up and running again. Obviously we hope that doesn't happen because, we want to get the boys on the field playing once again, and hopefully we can do that. But there is a deadline. They've set the deadline for, I think it's the 27th of October is the deadline for them to sort themselves out, and obviously provide more, I don't want to say context, but more around the forensic report that was released, which ultimately they didn't release the whole thing to the public. And it's all a bit of swings and roundabouts here, because if they go into administration, all that stuff's going to come out anyway. So I think they're better off just getting everything out in the open, and hopefully getting past it, and hopefully we can get, because I have zero faith in the guys that's there at the moment, the board currently there at the moment. They've overseen probably the worst period of South African cricket from what is the words I'm looking for now? Anyway, from a management perspective, they've overseen the worst period for South African cricket, and I just think that this board needs to be done with. They need to get rid of them. Wait, yes, Roscoe. I thought we were going to be see a bit of spec magic there, but not quite. But yeah, the board needs to be done with, and we need to get real people, not real people, but we need to get people who really want to take the game forward and move the game forward for South Africa. And we need cricket people in charge. I've spoken to a few mates of mine that have a few connections with NCSA, and there is a plan. There is a way forward. There is people that want to do the right jobs and create an atmosphere where cricket can thrive again. It's just about getting those people that are out now. Here Uplon finds the gap, rolling back the years. Love here Uplon, proving size doesn't matter. He was the first one. Cheslin Colby sort of took up his mantle as well. You gotta love the small boys putting a show on for us. Twinkle toes. Yeah, again, and just the other bit of news this week as well. Sadly, the Springboks have withdrawn from the rugby championship. Now, this is sad news, obviously, because we are world champions at the moment, so you can't have a rugby championship. Or now they're calling it a Tri-Nations. It's a weak Tri-Nations. It's a cubic zirconia Tri-Nations. If anyone wins it, well, when New Zealand win it, because I don't see Australia winning anything. Although they know how to win now again, because an Australian side won Super Rugby, guys. Remember, they won the Australian Super Rugby, so wasn't an Australian side always going to win it? But yeah, that's a bit of sad news for the Booker, that they won't be out there. But it is what it is, and there must be a plan behind this. Obviously, SARU is one of the better run organizations in South Africa, so I think they have a plan. I think the backup plan is the Pro 14 move. I think that's going to be a big thing for South African rugby. I think they're expecting that to sell huge crowds, and I think they're expecting that to get some revenue back, because I believe someone on Twitter said, I don't know how true this is, guys, so take it at face value. I don't know if it's true or not, but we stand to lose 110 million rand by pulling out of the rugby championship. So hopefully they've got another plan. I think they do. I think it's the Pro 14, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. As here Uplands being now carted off the field, an injury. That's so unfortunate for the man there. Always love here Upland. Obviously I'm a Cape Town boykie, so love to see my Cape Town boykies doing well. Unfortunately he plays for the wrong team now, the Blue Bulls, which is a bit of a no-no when you come from Cape Town. But I mean, it is what it is nowadays in professional sport. There's no sort of there's no loyalty in professional sport anymore. You don't get the guys staying at one union or one franchise for their whole careers. So it is what it is, and you just have to accept it. Cheetahs on the attack here now in the 22. Cheetahs are a good side. I mean, the Pumas. I thought the Pumas maybe had a first round upset there, but the Cheetahs last week came out to play, played fantastic rugby and deservedly gave the Pumas a hiding actually. So this should be an interesting game. Like I said, I called the Bulls by 6, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Cheetahs 5 meters out now. This could be interesting. Yeah, guys, if there's anything else you want to talk about, feel free. Spec Magic. Oh, nailed. Absolutely nailed. Yeah, let me just go through the recesses of my brain here and think about what else has happened this week. Obviously calls for AB de Villiers to come back after his sensational knock the other night. I think he got 60 or 25 balls or something like that. Obviously, AB is a special player, but from my perspective, from my point of view, I just think that we've struggled to move on from our historically great players, and he's one of those historically great players. You look at his stats, you look at what he's done in the game, and he is an historically great player. He's still up there with the Virat Kohlis and the Steve Smiths of the world, the Kane Williamsons. He's still up there. He's still playing at a high level and doing it. But for me, I think it's time to move on. Whether you win the tournament or not, either way, I think it's time to move on. Because if you win, then the guys might have, or you might feel that we won because of him. And then if you win without him, I think it's even better, because then we've won a World Cup without AB de Villiers, and it just proves to the world the strength and depth that South African cricket actually has, which I believe in that we have. If we pick the right players, if we have the right strategy. I mean, look at how well our guys are doing at the IPL when they play in the right. Look at Nokia and Rabada as a pair. They are one of the deadliest pairs in the IPL, and that is, IPL is the pinnacle of T20 cricket. So, we've got two of the best bowlers in the world in T20 cricket, and there's no doubt about that. And then you look at our batsmen, and I think we've got enough. I really do. You got Quinton and Temba at the top. They formed a magical partnership. Faf probably coming in at 3, doing what he does, assessing the situation very quickly. And then you've got guys like Heinrich Klaassen, Calvin Rains in around the fringes there, and a few others. I'd like to see a bit of Marco Murray in the setup as well. That kid can absolutely smash a cricket ball. And then we don't know if Imran Tahir is still going to play. He's still available to play T20 cricket, but he hasn't played much for CSK. I think CSK are missing a trick there. Seriously, as good as their team is, I think they've missed a trick whereby Imi doesn't really need to play on spinning wickets to be effective. You've seen him be effective on quicker tracks, on tracks that sort of suit the seamers as well, because he bowls that sort of flat flippers and wrong-ins. So he's not a traditional leg spinner in that regard, and I think CSK have really missed a trick there, and I think that's why they're behind the 8 ball. Imran Tahir is a serious match winner, and to not have him playing is almost criminal. There was a decent post actually the other day from Imi on Twitter, because obviously everyone's trying to get around him and or saying that he should be playing or whatever, and he posted and he said, what guys, I've had my time on the field, and when there were other guys carrying water for me, but now I've got to carry the water and do the job that the team needs me to do. And I just thought that it was something that should be highlighted for young cricketers. Here's a guy that's done sort of everything you can do in franchise T20 cricket around the world, everywhere. He's done it. He's taken wickets, he's won games, he's won championships. This is a guy that's travelled the world, he's played T20 cricket. He's still, in my opinion, one of the better guys, better spin bowlers, leg spin bowlers out there. And he's humble enough to say, listen, I've had my time, and if they, don't think that it's my time to shine, then it's someone else's time to shine, and I'll support that 100%. Although I don't agree with him not playing, I think he should be playing, but the humility of the man says a lot for who he is and the character he is, and it says a lot for what he does, and I just he's a fantastic guy, and I just wish him all the best. Hopefully, maybe if we can get, if COVID's not too bad next year, because we just don't know about COVID, guys. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to call. England say they might go into another hard lockdown, and I believe in the Netherlands they are in another hard lockdown now. So yeah, it's tough scenes at the moment, but we just have to take what sport we can. And here's some lekker rugby for us to watch. No score after 11 minutes. This one I think is going to boil over probably. Oh, knock on. Hannes Ustete, as they say. Yeah. No. Bit of a mistake-laden game here so far. Bulls actually favourites, obviously, to win this one and the whole competition. Who's your guys' favourite? My favourite is the Stormers. Obviously, being a Cape Town boykie, I'm going to support my boys. But but I think they have the squad to do it as well. I like the addition of that kid from the Warwick Galant. I like the addition of him. I like the fact that Damian Willemse's got that shit off his knee, and he looks healthy, he looks strong, he looks massive. I know what he's been doing during lockdown, or the opposite of what Frans Malherbe was doing. Old Francie was celebrating the World Cup during lockdown, celebrating by eating. He ate everything. Well, it looks like anyway. But all credit to Francie. He can look how he wants to look, bro. He's still scrumming people broken. So, dude, do you? That's my point. Do you? You're a World Cup winner. You can do whatever you want. And in my opinion, you're probably a shoo-in for the British and Irish Lions tour anyway. So, obviously performance based, but I don't think anyone's gonna outscrim that big man anytime soon. He is quite a beast. The beast has retired though. Going to be an interesting shot at fly off though, with Andre Pollard possibly missing. Well, he will be missing. Going to be an interesting start to see who they have as the fly half. Obviously, Rassi has hinted that the fly half will be Alton Yankees. He's got the job at the moment, but I think there is a possibility that Cohen Bosch could play him out of the spot. There is a possibility that obviously they'll have a look at Damian Willems as well. He could play them out the spot. A little bit of a scuffle here. Love a bit of a handbags being thrown. As the commentators always say, handbags being thrown by the players. And it's always the scrum half. Why is it always the scrum half that's involved in the brawl? And he's always fighting like a 7-foot tall lock. It's unbelievable. Small man syndrome, maybe. I don't know. I'm not exactly the biggest guy in the world either, like height-wise. As you can see, I'm quite heavy set, but I'm not huge in the height department. So I'm probably as tall as a scrum half, but these oaks are always getting into brawls. It makes no sense. And I think he's taking on Frans Steyn. I mean, Frans Steyn weighs probably 100 kilos. It's Ambrose Papu taking on Frans Steyn. Now, if that was a UFC event, there'd be only one winner. It'd be Frans Steyn, because he's massive. If he hits him once, he'll die. Cheetahs 5 meters away now. Oh, and Ruan Pienaar passes to the touch judge. And people wanted him to play with the British Irish Lions tour. No, thank you. Keep him where he's old and he needs to stay there at the Cheetahs. To be fair though, he's had a great career. He's played fantastically. He's had his moments for the box, but I just, it's his time is past now. Just one of those things. It happens, guys. We all get old. Look at me, I'm also getting old. 29 now, yo. Stuff seems out here. Not exactly the most entertaining game, it must be said. I'm struggling for words here at times, guys. But yeah, just harking back to the week's events. Obviously, the Bafana played last week. I didn't actually watch the second game, so if someone wants to give me a shout in the comments there and tell me what happened. But I know we drew the first game, and that was pretty disappointing. But I know we've got a pretty young squad. Malefi and Seki said he's pretty happy with the young squad at the moment. You know, from what I watched of the first game, it wasn't that great. You know, no one could really take a chance. But give me a shout. What happened in that second game in Zambia? I didn't watch. I was watching Lewis Hamilton make history. Yes, I was watching Lewis Hamilton make history. So I couldn't. Unfortunately, I don't have a multi-screen setup. Although that is coming as well. Hopefully, you know, God willing. Multi-screen setup. Then I can watch all the games at once. You know, hopefully also we'll do more lives like this with the game on. Will be nice. Maybe see if there's another game next Friday, which game it is. If it's a Stormers game, it's happening. If it's not a Stormers game, it's not happening. Maybe it will. I'll play it by ear. Just stay tuned to the Wild Protea in the week. Yeah. Also, guys, I'd love to hear from you. You know, tell me what you think of the Wild Protea. Is it, you know, something that you guys like? Is it something you don't like? I know I'm just pretty much regurgitating, you know, news stories from other outlets, but the whole point is to get a conversation going and get fans talking amongst each other. You know, we like this, we don't like that. This guy's a doers, that guy isn't. You know, sort of stuff like that. It's a bit of a light-hearted, fun at times, and we can, you know, we can poke fun at players. Obviously, not crossing boundaries and stuff like that. But we'll another injury here. Looks like Ruan Pina. Yeah, he took a little knock on his knee there. It looked like could be a little ACL type vibe there. Who's this coming on? Is this? So Ruan Pina is off, unfortunately for him. And looks like we're going to get the first points of the evening. 15 minutes in, Cheetahs going for poles. Hopefully they nail it, because that'll be first points we've seen. Like I said, not a great spectacle of a game so far. Let's hopefully it heats up in the last 20 minutes here, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to have to say cheers, because I'm running out of things to say and no one's joining me. And yeah, this will be up again, guys. This will be up on YouTube, so if you guys want to watch it, check it out. You're welcome to do that. Come on with the kick. Ooh, I don't think he's always got it straight through. 3-0 Cheetahs. So my Bulls by 6 is not looking great at the moment, but long way to go in this one, guys. Yeah, just trying to hark back now and think about other things. Just a quick shout out to Dominic Tello. Thanks for correcting me about that fastest ball in history thing. Although there is some debate, because there was a ball bowled by Mohammed Sami that registered 162 point odd, which the ICC ruled out because they said the speed guns weren't working or something like that. Unfortunately for Mohammed, he doesn't have the fastest ball in history. That belongs to Shoaib Akhtar. He was bowling to Nick Knight at Newlands. I think it was the World Cup. Yeah, 2003 World Cup. He was bowling the speed of light. But I tend to remember another spell where he bowled a ball down leg side that was around 160, I think. That went for a wide, and perhaps that might have been the fastest one until he bowled that one to Nick Knight. I don't know, guys. My memory isn't what it used to be, you know. But you know, memory is a weird thing as well, because you sort of remember things how you remember them. and then other people remember it like totally different. So I think memories, it's a weird concept, because like some of us see it in our heads, some of us have that voice in their heads. Like I have a voice in my head. Okay, that sounds a bit weird, but I have the voice in my head telling me things. Other people just see things, like in picture form and whatever. So yeah, that's how your memory works, guys, or most of us. Had a bit of forward pass there. Dwayne Vermeulen. Bit of a scrappy game. That's not like the rugby isn't great. Dwayne Vermeulen on the line and out. Yeah, this isn't. Whoopsie. Here we go. Quick throw. Clayton Blomwick is in space. This could be interesting. Not quite, but the wraparound comes. Cheetahs on the front foot here now. Blomwick is again. Oh, look to go over the top to Spec Magic, but not quite there. This game has been sort of very, like I said, very scrappy, very like to and fro-ish. Lots of mistakes being made, as you can expect with the guys being out for so long, and only one real competitive game under their belts. The Superfan Saturday thing, that was a bit of a like in cricket terms, they'd say a bit of a hit and a giggle. Yeah. Of course, professional soccer in South Africa is not suffering that much. They're going to get going again, which makes you wonder, like the current situation with COVID in our country. Why? I know the cricketers are going to get going as well. Remember, I spoke about that last week. But like with regards to club sport, why haven't we seen any movement with the club sport? Excuse me, with the club sport, like cricket and soccer and stuff like that. I don't know the club soccer, if that's up and running again. I saw one of my mates, shout out to Clint Craster, I saw him playing club tennis the other day. And I'm just wondering why club cricket can't start up again, and why we have to wait until December and then January. So December they want to start the T20 stuff, and then January they want to start the league and have no promotion and relegation, which I think you're going to get a lot of guys that not that. Because you think about it, we play club cricket. We don't play for honors. We're not playing to play for South Africa one day. Well, most of us. I think all of us, most of us, recognize that if we're playing, reserve in the D division for cricket, we're not really going to be setting the world alight. So we play for the love of the game, and I just think that you're going to get a lot of guys that don't want to play because, in the division that I'm currently in with Fisher, why would I continue to play if there's no, that's the whole point in us playing. We want to get the club up again. We want to get back to, where we think we deserve to be. This is only my second season at Fisher, so I'm only sort of getting to know the guys now. And but yeah, we want to get back up in the leagues, and you're just going to scare away a lot of potential guys that want to play cricket by not having a promotion relegation. So I don't know, they need to come up with something, but having no promotion relegation isn't the answer. Oh, it'll chip over the top by Mornay, but he had the penalty, so they'll come back for that. But yeah, guys, what are your situations with regards to club cricket? I know I've got a few club cricketers on here. Give me a shout, let me know how your guys are setting up, are you guys doing training or secret training, or how many, because I know that you got to get the clearance from COVID now. They come and do an assessment. You got to have hand in some papers, then they come do an assessment, and then you can start having training sessions and start having friendlies. So from now until December, it's just everyone's going to organize friendlies against each other, and then from January the league will start. But hopefully they're gonna scrap this whole promotion relegation thing, because sure, I don't know if I'll play, hey, because like the thing is, most of us are family men. We give up time with our families to be playing cricket. So if we playing just for shits and giggles, then I'm not like, it just doesn't make sense, man. Like, to give up your whole Saturday just to play a game that doesn't mean anything. You could argue that it doesn't mean anything anyway, but you know, it's definitely a motivator. You know, when you're losing, if you're in a losing situation and you're trying to win a game, you know, there's that competitive spirit always there, but it's even more competitive when you're trying to win something because you want to win the league, because there you can get promotion, you can play in a better league, you can attract more players. Like, it's a whole snowball effect, especially lower down the leagues. In the Prem division, obviously they want to win the league, they want to go to club champs, you know, they want to be the best club side in South Africa, so it's that situation as well. So there's been a lot of rumblings. I've heard a few guys saying that they won't play if there's no promotion relegation, so we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Obviously, I'll have it for you here. Just keep watching the page and it'll be up at some point as soon as we get confirmation. But I know we're going to start having friendlies soon. So one of the guys at my club actually approached me the other day, and he was like, they want to do like a weekly sort of like maybe recap of the game or like something like that. And so yeah, I'm open to that, and hopefully we can. So what I'll do is I'll start having like one or two of the guys as guests on the Wild Protea. They'll maybe come sit here with me, socially distanced. We'll have the camera set up, the mic and everything. Here's try time. Roscoe's spec, man. Spec magic. Try time for the Cheetahs. Oh, Bulls on the back foot here. 8-3 now with a kick to come. Obviously, the Bulls just had that penalty now, which obviously Morné Steyn obviously kicked over. Just on a little bit of a sadder note, I didn't mention it last week, but condolences to the Philander family for their tragic loss. You know, words can't begin to describe what they're going through at the moment, and I wouldn't try and put myself in their shoes. So, you know, just, you know, all the fans out there, just respect their wishes and, you know, leave them alone and let them grieve in this time now. It's a difficult situation, but, you know, it is what it is, and we just want to, you know, while Protea Fair Die, just want to wish them all the best. And, you know, one thing that someone that I listen to a lot always says is that God always gives his toughest soldiers the most difficult task to complete. So, you know, stay strong there, the Philander family, and believe you me, we are all behind you and supporting you guys. Back to the rugby. 8-3 kick to come. Skuman, let's see if we can nail this kick from basically the 5 meter line, but next to the touch line. Oh, he's nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. What a kick. Cheetahs up by 7 with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Obviously, guys, I'm not going to be sticking around for the second half. Obviously, you know, as the Wild Protea gains in popularity and I get millions of viewers every week, we can obviously do whole games. We can do after match and pre-match stuff. But, you know, for now, for all my 73 followers, we will just go live if and when I feel like it. You know, I'm trying to grow this thing, guys. So when you see a post, share a post. You know, let's support local. You know, there are a lot of people, a lot of guys doing YouTube stuff in South Africa, and we don't get the recognition that sort of we deserve. We put a lot of effort into these things. I myself do a lot of research, look up all the articles that are written in the week. I myself write articles on the Wild Protea, on the Fair Digest. Maybe I should start actually sharing those to the Wild Protea. Not a bad not a bad idea. You guys can go subscribe to the Fair Digest. It is the company that I work for. They've given me this platform, so I'm trying to do it, all myself at the moment. But there are plans in future for studios and like I said, guests and stuff like that. But we've been a bit hamstrung with COVID. And someone said to me the other day, like, yeah, the COVID thing, but you guys can have video conferences and stuff like that. And the reason why I haven't done that sort of thing, I'm not trying to like make excuses or anything, but the reason why I haven't done that sort of thing, because there's a vibe that you get when you're sitting with someone having a chat that you can't get over the phone. Like, I've never felt that before. Like, you speaking, video chatting with someone, it's just not the same. Like, when there's a vibe, maybe there's a couple of brewskis floating around, and there's a vibe going, you get to chatting, you get to talking, maybe you bit of cutpride, you get off the sports even, and I'd like to get that vibe going here in a studio setup, or even just this setup for now, that we have going on here. We sort of created a little studio. There's a little setup here. We have got a couple screens here going, but so that's the plan, that's the movement. I want to try and get guests in, guys. So even fans, guys, hit me up if you want to come sit and chat some sport with me. If you want to have a different opinion, that's even better, because then we can argue. I love that. We can debate live on Facebook, or we can pre-record and put it up afterwards. It's up to you completely. But yeah, I'd love to get anyone here really, and grow this thing, Cheetahs still 10-3. Bulls have had most of the possession, but from what I've seen, but Cheetahs have when they get down, when they get down to the 22, they're getting points. So, but like I said, the game hasn't been as interesting as we would have hoped. I mean, I was hoping for tries and action that we could talk about, but not much to speak of at the moment. Like I said, a mistake-laden game so far. That is not a pretty sight. Ruan. It looks like Ruan Pina might have done his MCL there. That's pity for the man. That's unfortunate. But that comes with the territory when you play professional rugby, guys. Injuries happen all the time. Good to see Trevor Nyakani back as well. Nyakani. Good to see him back. Become a bit of a folk hero in South Africa. I love Trevor. He's always heart on his sleeve, runs hard, works hard for the team. He's a good lad. Ten minutes to go in this first half. Oh, great scrum from the Bulls. Yeah, that was coming. Penalty. Great scrum. That's where the battle for the Bulls is going to be important this season. They have an absolutely huge pack of forwards, and that's, I think, where they're going to want to win games, is with those huge forwards. Now, the team that can match them, I believe, is the Stormers up front. They've got a great front row. Obviously, Bongi Mbanambi, Skara Ntubeni. Is Bongi still there? I'm not actually sure. Should have looked that up before I came. But yeah, probably Frans Malherbe still right and tight, doing things in the right area. And then obviously you've got Eben Etzebeth. No, you haven't got Eben Etzebeth anymore. He's gone. But you've got Sia Kolisi there, and what's his name, Genre Augustus. That lad looks like he can jaw. Yeah, looking good. Again, very scrappy, knock on. Just no cohesion at the moment from either team, really. The best passage of play was the try from the Cheetahs. And that's the only sort of link-up play that we've seen from either team, really. It's very disjointed. Defense is on top at the moment. Hopefully the second half will be better as we come to the end of the live Wild Protea for this week. We'll perhaps do it again next week, guys. But like I said, if you see this video, share this video, like this video, and let's try and get something going with the fans. Like I said, guys, not many people have joined me now, but get the comments in. I'd love to hear from you. And I think I'm actually just going to leave it on that note. With 7 minutes to go in the first half. Bulls on the attack. Embros Protea. Knock on again. Yeah, this game is not going great. Not going how I expected it to go. Anyway, thanks for the few that did join. Guys, like I said, if you see this video, like this video, subscribe on Facebook, like the page, share it with your mates, tell your friends. Yeah, let's get this thing going again, and I will see you guys next week, hopefully. And also, guys, check out all the Wild Proteas posts on Facebook and like them, share them, and yeah, let's see if we can get this thing going. An official, which would be the first official South African fan channel, fan page. So yeah, that is all I have for this week, and I'll see you again next week, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Remember, guys, COVID is still well and truly around us. So wear those masks, protect yourselves at all times, sanitize, wash your hands, all that stuff, and hopefully we can get things back to normal one day. But until that happens, we need to just protect ourselves and be safe, and also the social distancing and that sort of thing. Also in the shops, guys, that's what I love social distancing for, actually. There's people that stand on top of you in the shops like that. I hate that. Anyway, not happening anymore, social distancing. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and have a lekker one. Cheers.